today's video, I would like to show you how I execute permanent makeup on eyebrows using the latest and newest Biotek pigments, the new line called Hybrid Long Lasting. Hey everyone, I'm Francesca Froglio. I am an expert in permanent makeup. These pigments, you guys, they're insane. I just get the best healed results ever. Immediately after the first session, the color is there, is very visible, is very rich, still looking soft and natural though, if it makes sense. And most of all, there is no discoloration towards gray or towards red, which is what I love the most. The peculiarity of these pigments is that they have a completely different formulation in comparison to all of the other Biotek pigments. This new line has a special copolymer inside, which makes the pigment stick better into the skin and will grant us beautiful healed results for a longer time. So let's say I would say to my customer to come back for a touch-up like around 2 years. So they're very nice, very easy to implant, but I got a couple of tips and tricks on how to work with these pigments and getting the best results. Ready? Let's go out, let me show you. And let me introduce you to our beautiful model for the day. The machine I'm gonna use on her, it's called Era Orbita and is the newest Biotek machine. It's wireless, so we're talking about a battery-operated machine. And what I love about this machine is that it's the only one on the market where the batteries are placed at the front of the grip, which means that the weight brings you towards the front while you're working. It's super balanced, super tiny, very handy. The needle I'm gonna use is called 1-point HT from Biotek as well. This is a universal cartridge, so it fits the majority of the machines on the market, and is a 0.25 long taper needle. I use this needle for hair strokes, but also for shading. It's probably my favorite needle out of all of them. And the color I'm gonna use is called Bellini, of course, from the new Hybrid Long Lasting line of pigments from Biotek. On her, I will perform a shaded pixel eyebrow technique, which means we're not gonna place any hair stroke, it's gonna be shaded and it's gonna be like a gradient effect. This is the darkest shade of the range. And you should not be afraid to use it because it's not gonna be too dark. Actually, it's gonna be perfect for the majority of the people we have here in Italy with dark hair brunette, natural brunettes. I'm gonna start from the bottom of the eyebrow. I have already done my pre-drawing and I wanna mark it into the skin, and I will start by marking the bottom part of the eyebrow. Start with this movement, which is a very fine back and forth pendulum movement, approximately 2 millimeters wide. And I always start from the border and then work my way through the center of the eyebrow. Whenever we work with organic or hybrid pigments, it is super essential to work very light-handed. Do never press too much, otherwise any kind of pigment, even the best pigment on the market, will turn gray. So you gotta pay special attention on working on the upper layers of the dermis. And whenever you're working on the beginning of the eyebrow, this area here, you have to be very delicate. We don't want the eyebrows to start with a line or a too defined shape. We want actually to achieve like a cloud effect, like a very delicate gradient effect that will shade into nothing, right? The same accounts for the top part of the eyebrow, where we want to terminate with some dotting effects, which is exactly what I'm doing at the moment. This, by the way, it's also going to help me to mark into the skin the top perimeter of my eyebrow without making a line. Whenever you work with this pigment, you need to keep into consideration that because they contain this special copolymer, they're a little bit more difficult to remove from the skin. But nothing bad, I mean, they still will be removable with normal green soap plus water. And now again, this is my second layer, and I'm insisting a little bit more on the areas that I have left specifically and intentionally lighter, which is the beginning of the eyebrow and the top part. There, it's where I need to be more careful. If we want to achieve like a natural effect, it's super important that we do not mark with a border or with a visible contour the beginning and the top part of the eyebrow. And in order to do this, I will work with some dotting effects. Now, one trick that I have noticed that is gonna really improve your eyebrow game when you work with this kind of pigments is that you should not remove them straight away. So you should not work and then wipe them off immediately. You should let them sink into the skin for a good 3 to 5 minutes before you wipe them off. This is going to help you to really see how much of the color has remained into the skin. If you wipe it too early, then you run the risk of looking at the eyebrow and thinking, okay, nothing has stayed. I need to go over it several times more than it's needed actually, and I need to press more, but you will be deceived because actually the color is gonna come up. It's gonna be more visible after 5 minutes from the implantation. So my tips and tricks is to leave the color on hold onto the skin for 5 minutes before you wipe them off. Always, as I'm doing in this moment. On the right eyebrow, that's finished, but I'm not wiping the pigment off. And now, this was my third layer only, and bam, the work is done. Like so quick, but still looking so natural. The best thing about those pigments is the healed result. I mean, the customer is gonna come back and the color is gonna be pretty much all there. Like, also I love the fact that immediately after the procedure, it doesn't look so hard, doesn't look too dark like it happens when you work, for example, with inorganic pigments. Because inorganic pigments in contact with air, they oxidize. While this hybrid line doesn't oxidize as much, so you never have that kind of super strong or too dark result, which leads us to achieve this beautiful and very airy results, very pixelated, very natural kind of result that our customers love and we love as well, because we can take now finally beautiful pictures thanks to the right technique of implantation and the right kind of pigment. And that's the healed result. What you think, guys? I mean, isn't it insane? It's so beautiful. What I love the most about this healed result is that the eyebrows are looking very fresh, very natural. They're not too heavy, and also they're not gray or red like sometimes it happens with the usage of other brands of pigments. So what do you think about this amazing result? For me, personally, I'm in love. Sold. Totally. I love these pigments. I'm so sure you're gonna love them as well. They're so easy to implant. They fly into the skin and they give me the perfect mixture between a visible result, though not being too strong or too obvious. So I really love them. They perform super well on all kinds of skins, and I hope you will like them as well. Make sure to try them. Make sure to let me know how you're liking them, how you're feeling the implantation, how the healed results are. Drop me your comments here down below. And if you have any questions on how to use them or whatever question, I'm always here for you guys. So, you know, I always read you. Drop me a message and I'll get back to you. So if this video has been helpful, and I hope so, drop me a like. And maybe you want to also subscribe to my channel to make sure you won't miss any of the future exclusive contents that I will create only for my community. I also leave you here my Instagram in case you want to connect on the other social. Thank you guys for following me today, and I see you in the next videos. Mwah. Ciao!